Tegan here and welcome to today's workout. Today we are going to be doing a shoulder and arm exercise. So I'm not sure if you have done any shoulder or arm exercises before, but they are really great, especially considering that a lot of us do get shoulder injuries. So a lot of us later in life have to have shoulder replacements and that kind of thing. So doing weights really helps, especially doing obviously shoulder weights. Now, they're also really great if you have perhaps gained a bit of weight in your arms, maybe you've been eating too much or you haven't had the chance to exercise. Doing shoulder and arm weights is really great way to burn that fat off, replacing it with muscle. And it's always also a great way to really tone up your arms. So if you want to have fitter looking arms, this is fantastic for you. So today what we're going to do is we're going to start with a basic warm-up. And then from there, we'll get straight into the workout. Now, what I recommend just to start with, today I will be using some trusty 2 kilo weights. Usually I'd use a little bit heavier than this, but I just want to make sure that we are getting the technique absolutely down pat, making sure we're doing all the exercises correctly. What you can use if you don't have any weights around the house, and these weights you can get them from Aldi or Kmart for about $15 up to about $30, depending how heavy you want them or need them. You can, if you don't have anything like that and you have just seen this video and you really want to do this workout now, then the other things you can use tins of vegetables, fruit, whatever you've got. You can use some kind of toys, you can use books, anything you've got around the house. I'm a firm believer in using the equipment that you have around you, and you'll see with lots of my videos that I do try and I'll either do that or I'll do outside of workouts incorporating the equipment that I've got around me as well. So we'll get to that later on. Okay, so let's start with the warm-up. So what we're doing for the warm-up, we want to make sure that we're getting our shoulder muscles, so our delts, our biceps and our triceps underneath. We want to make sure we're getting them primed for exercise and avoiding any chance of injury. Okay, so what we're going to do to start with, so we're just rotating the arms forward, so just a basic technique, and then rotating them backwards. Okay, we want to make sure that it's a movement, not actually a stretch. Your static stretches are saved for the end. And then we're going to do little bent over lean, so making sure we're leaning very far. Just do a few of these. And then we'll do some punches. So punches are a great way. You don't have to be Muhammad Ali or anything, but a great way to warm up those muscles and get ready to go. So what we're doing, just got our front foot forward, back foot, which is our right leg just at the back there. Or if you're left-handed, you can go the other way around. So we're just punching forward, and just little jumps there as well. Okay, 2 more. Excellent, good work. Okay, so we're feeling a little bit jumped up, we're ready to go. Let's just do a few jumping jacks as well. So they're a great exercise, or star jumps as some people call them. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Excellent. And a little bit of jogging on the spot. We just want to get our heart rate up. So we're ready to go. Our body's all primed, and we can get this show on the road. So just a little jog, just a few more minutes, a few more seconds, I should say. Excellent. All right, cool. So you should be pumped up and ready to go now. Let's get straight into this workout. We're going to make today count. We're going to help you achieve those goals. Today is just step 1. Fantastic. So, as I mentioned earlier, I've got my 2 kilo weights. So they're only quite light, but we want to make sure that we are getting that technique 100% down pat. So first exercise we've got today is the shoulder press. So with the shoulder press, what we are going to do, so we want to make sure our arms are at a right angle. So see how that 90-degree angle, and we want to make sure that our hands are just in line with our head. So just like that. Now when we're doing this exercise, the most important thing we need to do is make sure that our knees and our feet are in line and shoulder width apart. And we also want to make sure that our knees are slightly bent. The reason why we do this is because having your knees straight legged is the perfect way to get a knee injury, and we don't want that. Okay, so what we're going to do, so shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, arms at a 90-degree angle, head facing forward, and we're just simply pushing up. So go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and squeezing those shoulder muscles as we go up and down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, especially as we're down here. So we're going to do 12 of these today. 3, 4, try and keep it consistent as well. We want to flow through the movement. We don't want to be stopping and starting because that's not good for our joints. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Fantastic. Good work, ladies. All right, so that is exercise 1, down. We've done it. So the whole idea, what I want you to do is I want you to do 3 sets. So 3 lots of 12 exercises of each exercise that we do today. Now, the reason why I ask that is because that is the basic level for a beginner that's just gotten into weights, and it's a term, not to use any jargon, but it's hypertrophy. So we want to make sure that we're starting off at that point, and then later on we can go, depending on what your goals are, I can work with you on a more individual level and help you achieve those. Okay, so next exercise we're going to do is a side lateral raise. So again, standing the same way, legs shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, knees over your toes, and we're going to lift our shoulders. Now the secret with this exercise is we're not lifting our arms, not like we're flying or anything like that. We want to be lifting from the shoulders. So when we're lifting from the shoulders, see how different it is? So I don't have that loose movement, it's very controlled. So we want to make sure we're doing that in order to make sure that we are activating those shoulder muscles most effectively. Okay, so let's go. Let's kick this off. All right, so we're going to do 12 of these again. So making sure we're lifting up from those shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. You should feel it in those shoulder muscles. 5, 6. Try and lift it as high as you can go. 7, 8. That's it. 3 more to go. 9. Oops, my bad. 4 more to go. Now 3. 10. 11. And 12. Awesome. So now we're going to do the front lateral raise. So same kind of thing, but we're doing it from the front. So again, we want to make sure legs shoulder width apart, knees over toes, slightly bent, up straight. We don't want to be bending over. That's just asking for a back injury or moving all around. We just want to make sure that we are completely activating those delt muscles and your bis and tris as well. Okay, so with this one, so standing up, and we're just going to be lifting forward. Now, what we can do later on, we will do individual exercises, and you're more than welcome to do that today if that's better suited for you, but I usually do both of them together. 1, 2, so lifting from the shoulders. Again, we don't want to be lifting from the arms. That just isn't activating the shoulders correctly and not doing the exercise properly. So we want to make sure we're doing 100% properly. 5, 6, 7. Good work. Keep going. 8, 9, 10, 11, So 3 exercises down. We've got another 4 or 5 to go. We'll see how we're feeling, and we may add a few extra ones in there. Okay, next one is one that I really love. I find this exercise very effective. It's essentially what it is it's a shoulder press, but upside down. So what we're going to do, we're going to exactly like we did in the shoulder press. So again, we want to make sure our legs are shoulder width apart, knees over toes, and everything's in line. And we want to make sure that they're slightly bent as well. So as if we were doing a shoulder press, and we just simply turn our arms the other way around. So again, at a 90-degree angle. And what we're doing, we start down here and we're lifting them up to that angle. Okay, so we want to make sure we're a little bit bent. We don't want to be too straight and rigid. Again, asking for a back injury. So we start off here, lifting up, 1, 2, 12 of these again, and really working those shoulder muscles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hopefully you're starting to sweat a little bit too. I know I am, it's boiling hot here today. 8, 9, 10, 11, 1 to go. Let's do this. And 12. Perfect. All right. So that's 4 shoulder exercises down. Very basic shoulder exercises. As we get into things more, I'm going to show you more advanced exercises. If you're lucky, I may even take you to the gym as well, and we can do some really great exercises that I use quite regularly. Okay, another one, and this exercise is actually really good for your obliques as well. So, not sure if you know where your obliques are, but I've got our abs at the front. Obliques are just the muscles on the side there. So this is really working the obliques as well as those shoulder muscles. So for this one, we're going to have our other arm out, so in this case my left arm, out nice and straight, and we're simply following our leg down to our feet, to the side of our feet, and just as we go down, then coming back up with a more impulsive movement. So we want to make sure that we're not going forward or backwards or moving all over the place. It's just a very succinct, very up and down exercise. So head up nice and straight. Always going to make sure our head up is up nice and straight. This is to avoid any chance of neck injury, which of course can then trigger shoulder injuries and other injuries in our body as well, back injuries. Okay, so we're doing the side movement, so going all the way down and back up. 2, that's it. 3, and again for this one, if you don't have any weights, it's okay to use any other kind of weighted material that you have in your house. That's 4 and 5, so 12 of these as well. 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Awesome. So let's kick it to the other side now. So obviously we can't do 2 sides at a time. You have to be a miracle worker. So just 1 side at a time just to break it up. Excellent. So kick it on the left side. 1 and 12 again as well. 2, 3, and as we go down, nice big stretch. 4, 5, 6 more to go, ladies. 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Awesome. Okay, so that's all the shoulder exercises done for today. Now what we're going to do next is we are going to do some bicep exercises. So as I mentioned earlier, biceps are these muscles in here. You may see, those big bulky gym junkies that have huge guns. They're essentially the biceps. So biceps, and we'll do some triceps afterwards as well. Now, a lot of people struggle with they have, your underarm, they may have like as they call them, tuck shop lady arms that they need to work on. So doing tricep exercises really, really helps with that as well. Okay, so the most basic of bicep exercises is what we call a bicep curl. So with the bicep curl, I'll do one at a time, just so we activate them, each arm individually, we're not overdoing it. So what we're doing, so we've got our arm like this, 90-degree angle. What I do suggest, however, is that we're doing the whole movement. So we want to make sure we're getting full range of motion. So what we're doing coming back and squeezing the bicep as we come back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. 4 to go. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, let's go to the other arm now. So pass the weight to the other side, and we're doing exactly the same movement. So doing 1, lifting up. Make sure you're up nice and tall as well. We don't want to be slouched over. 3, 4, 5. That's it. Keep going. 6. Hopefully you're feeling it a little bit. Well, you should be feeling it in those biceps. Feeling a little bit of a burn. 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more to go. 11, and 12. When we're doing these exercises as well, it is really essential that we are doing weights that we struggle with a little bit. So we want to be struggling, especially towards the end as we get to the last few reps. We want to make sure that it's a bit challenging. So we're really finding it hard to lift, because that's when our muscles really, really work, and that's when we start to see results. Okay. So 2 more exercises we're going to do. So the next one is the tricep, the overhead exercise. So this one called the overhead press. So essentially what we're doing, so I'll stand side on so you can see. So I've got the top of the weights like that, just holding it like that. And if you're using a can or whatever, you can just hold it around the circumference of it. So we're holding it like that, and we're really making sure that we're activating these tricep muscles. So when we're going up, so head facing forward, we'll make sure we're really working those. So we're not using this part of our arms, the forearms, because that's just redundant. We should be really feeling it in those triceps, and that's how you know if you're doing it right. So I'll show you from the front just so you can get a better understanding of how we're doing it. That's it. So see, if I was doing it from the forearms, it would be a looser kind of movement, and I would be able to go a lot faster. But I'm just going at a slower pace to really make sure that I'm targeting those triceps and getting the most out of this exercise. So we'll do 2 more. So we should be doing 12 of these. Excellent. All right, so lucky last one, and this one is one of my personal faves. If you're an avid skier, you like to go and hit the slopes in winter, or maybe you've been overseas to Canada or something like that, this one is a really, really good exercise. Not only does it work the triceps, but it's a great skiing movement. So if you're into skiing, it's fantastic for you. So with this one, it's called a tricep kickback. So what we're doing, I'll stand on the side so you can see a little bit better. So what we're doing with this exercise, we're going back. We want to make sure, so we're starting at the front, starting right here in front of us. And we bent over a little bit and going back and really squeezing at the back. So squeezing as far back as we can go and squeezing in those tries. So we want to that's how we get the most out of this exercise. So let's give it a go. So let's do 12 of these, and then we'll do a bit of a cool down, a bit of a stretch afterwards so we can relax and then go and do what we need to do. Okay, so we've got 1. Let's do 12 of these. Let's do it. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. 4 more to go, ladies. 9, 10, 11. Don't mind my facial movements. 12. Woo! All right, excellent. So that's our workout done for today. Now, when we are finished our workout, we want to make sure that we're doing stretching. Now, as somebody who has suffered from chronic fatigue, because I essentially burnt myself out from training too hard and not stretching, not allowing my body to recover, stretching, I cannot emphasize enough how important stretching is. So you can do a great exercise, but if you don't stretch, you're just jeopardizing your own chances of getting results, recovering, and you're asking for, you know, some illness or something to come along, which obviously I don't want to happen. So because we've done shoulders and tris today, what we're going to do, we're going to just do a basic stretch. So we're doing one arm each, and we're doing the other arm. Now with stretching, I recommend stretching for about 12 to 15 seconds on each stretch. The reason why we do this is just to make sure that we get the most out of it and really, really working those muscles or allowing those muscles to unwind after we've done that workout. So we do the tricep exercise, tricep stretch. So leaning back down as far down your back as you possibly can. Another arm. Now, I'm not sure what you have on for the rest of the day, but it's great to do this exercise either in the morning or perhaps at night. If you're a stay-at-home mum, you can do it during the day while your baby's having a sleep. If you're you've got to go to work at the crack of dawn, you can get up and do it early in the morning before you have breakfast, or you can do it when you get home from work. Generally, I recommend doing it as soon as in the day as possible. Essentially, the most successful people get the most out of their day by exercising in the morning. So if you want to be a successful person, I highly recommend doing it that way. Obviously, when it comes to nighttime, we're a bit more tired, a bit more lethargic, and we just want to chill. Incorporating a routine, exercise routine into the rest of our day can sometimes be challenging, unless, of course, you are a night owl. So that's our workout for today. So as I mentioned, basic arms and shoulder workout. This is some of the workouts that I personally do and that have personally aided my recovery with chronic fatigue and gotten me back to training at a gym and training just in general. But we will be incorporating into our routine a lot of individual body part exercises, so shoulders, back, chest, legs, abs, all of that. We'll also be doing a bit of all body training as well. So if that's more you, then stay tuned for those ones. And we will be doing some cardio as well. Now, as a yoga fan, I will incorporate a lot of yoga into this as well, because I believe yoga is absolutely incredible. So I will be adding a lot of those routines in it. So stay tuned, there's going to be plenty more to come. Feel free to check out my space on beautycareadvisor.com. So what I'll be doing is I'll be providing plenty of hints and tips on nutrition, exercising, mindset, and mindfulness, the 4 key factors that are essential when it comes to health and well-being and achieving your health and wellness goals. Awesome, thanks for spending the time working out with me today. I look forward to seeing you next time. All right, thanks, bye.